I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. I'm here at NYSE West in San Francisco, and I'm joined by Michael Aslford. He is CFO at Storegga. Michael, wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Andy. It's nice to be here to see you all in San Francisco.
Great, thank you very much. Now, I'm eager to talk with you, but before we get started, just a quick note to our viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Michael, tell me, why is it important to you to save the planet?
Well, climate change is obviously having a devastating effect on local communities. There's a lot of natural disasters that we've seen recently, from floods to forest fires, and really I'm at Storegga to try and make a bit of a difference to try and change that and help to mitigate the impact that climate change is having.
All right, so tell me about the company and tell me about your mission.
Of course, so Storegga was founded in the UK, and it's primarily a project developer of carbon capture and hydrogen projects. And the mission of the company is very much a pure play decarbonisation company. We're looking to help customers, industrial customers, to reduce their emissions, and we're thinking about how to do that through either hydrogen or carbon capture and storage. And so that's the mission, really. It's really to help customers decarbonise and reduce their CO2 emissions, which are clearly having a pretty meaningful effect on the local weather and the environment.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell me, how are you different from other players in the space?
Well, as I say, we're pure play, so we only do decarbonisation. So some of our competitors might well have legacy businesses which maybe detract or could cause them to not do decarbonisation only. So that's one of the things I would highlight as what we differentiate on. I think the other thing to say is that we have been doing this a long time. So the business originated out of the UK, as I mentioned. We've been working for 10 years plus on how CCS can be, or carbon capture and storage should be rolled out. And so that technical knowledge can be taken and used in new projects that we're looking to develop, not only in the UK, but more recently in the US as well. So I think the technical knowledge is key. I think also we're pretty humble, so we like to collaborate. We will work with other companies, partnerships, to develop what are complex problems, complex projects. And so that, I think, is something differentiation that we have versus other companies in the space. So those would be the few things that I'd mention. I can't obviously forget to say that our shareholders are pretty supportive in helping us to have a platform in order to grow and fund the projects that we have in the portfolio.
All right, and as you look to the year ahead, what are you most focused on?
We've got a lot going on. It's a broad portfolio, but I think if I was to point on 4 or 5 things, I think for me in the US, we've got 2 projects active in the Gulf Coast. We're working with our partners to really move those projects forwards towards a final investment decision. So expect some news flow from us in both Texas and Louisiana. I think the other area that I've mentioned in the US, we're actively looking to build on what we have already. So we'd hopefully add 1 or 2 more projects to the portfolio in the coming 6 to 12 months. I think the other thing to say, in our international portfolio, we have a large project up in the northeast of Scotland called Acorn, and the UK government is rolling out its plans for the next phase of the carbon capture and storage industry, and so we're well placed hopefully to be awarded that Track 2 status as part of that process. I think the final thing to mention would be just in Norway, where there's another activity that we have where we're looking to apply for a new license in our carbon capture and storage business as well. So 4 key areas I would say that we are looking to really target in the next 12 months.
And finally, you're attending the Carbon Conference that's taking place here in San Francisco. What are some of your key takeaways?
Well, I would say a big thank you to the Credit Suisse team to put on such a great event, because to bring together such a big array of investors, companies, all looking to try and do similar things around the carbon management ecosystem is fantastic. So there's a lot of business development opportunities, but also really trying to think about how we solve some of the problems trying to roll out these new industries. So it's one of those collaborative, I think, events that we've learnt around how we think about financing, how we think about developing the demand for the products. And so those sort of areas and those challenges have been discussed, and I think hopefully we'll have some solutions going forwards.
All right. Well, wonderful to talk with you, Michael. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you.